Hi guys. Okay, well, I recently just read an interview with Silent Hill 1 writers, main writer, I believe it was Mr. Keiichiro Toyama, and one thing that he says in this interview was that uh, something that I already pointed out in my previous video about the light. However, he doesn't say that you actually make more damage to the enemies while they don't know of your presence, while they are unaware of you. What I have realized is something that he says here. He says, and I'm quoting him, "At first you may find the battles to be difficult, but if you switch your light off, the enemies will not be able to see you as much as when you have the light on." So that's a thing that I was discussing in the other video. However, I have found that the game is much more easy when you play it almost always with the light off, because the enemies won't be as aggressive or won't even mind you if you just pass behind them or pass by them. So here he also says that the enemies are sound conscious, with which was a thing that I was saying about. If you run near them, they will hear you, but if you walk past them, it will be harder for them to notice you. And he says that the enemies follow noises. However, one tip he says, and it's the final thing that he says in this interview, he says two very important things that I didn't know, but probably some of you already knew this, that if you walk sideways, you won't make a noise. So the longer you are, walking sideways is like sneaking. I didn't know that. I'm just gonna try that in a minute here in this video. But one thing that was like the most important thing that he says is that the longer you are in attack position, the more damage the enemies does to you. And I didn't know this, that for example, the minute I read this, I was like, I have to try this. Okay, so I just went to this area because I believe it's easier to show you here, because the air screecher enemy is like kind of hard to prove what I'm just trying to prove to you. So I'm gonna turn off the light. First, we're gonna see if we actually are not hurt when we are just sidestepping, okay? Like in a sneak attack or something. I believe there's two dog enemies here. Well, air screecher actually didn't. Okay, the dog did it. Yep, both of them. Okay. Now I'm just gonna reset, and I'm gonna try to do it, but not running, only sidestepping. Okay. Okay, now I just restarted the game, so let's try to do this. But instead of running and sidestepping, I'm just gonna sidestep to see if it's like harder to aggro enemies. Let's see. There's an ace creature and two dogs nearby. This is gonna take forever. Also, I just turned off the radio because it's annoying. Just for argument's sake, I just turned it off. Look, this creature actually doesn't see me and actually doesn't hear me. Now I just got too close to it. I don't know if it's gonna aggro me or not. It's not aggroing me. It's getting closer, so yeah, it just aggroed me. Okay, so you can't get too close to them, or they will definitely aggro you. So I'm just gonna run away. I'm gonna enter to the doghouse, just to the aggro him. However, I believe let's try walking past him to see if it actually makes like any difference at all. Because actually it wasn't that aggressive. So let's see. Let's just try walking past him. Okay. He's like searching for me already. Don't know if I should. He's just flying there. I don't know if you can see it. Like, right there. Can you see it? Let's see if we can walk past him. Seems okay. Now the dogs, I'm just gonna walk past them, see if it aggroes them. Try not to get too close to them. Okay. So walking actually works fine. And we saw that if you run while sidestepping, actually aggroes them, so it's not really a good strategy to sidestep. I believe maybe like at close corridors or something that might be useful, but I don't see it like a revolutionary strategy in terms of like a sneaking or something. Maybe you need like a more precision walk or something, but if you actually walk past them, the enemies, as you can see, they won't aggro you. So now what we are gonna try to do is gonna try to prove what the interview said about the damage that the enemies actually do to you. So I'm just gonna keep aiming. As I already told you, I'm just gonna use like there, like there's no argue that right now I have like 100% health. So none of these enemies should bring my status bar or my status screen to yellow if they hit me once, okay? So let's keep aiming. I'm getting close to them. Trying not to actually aggro them. Because the interview says, remember, the interview says, the longer you are in attack position, the more damage the enemies will do to you. So let's try to prove that. Okay. Now there's creatures actually like kind of smelling me. This is actually so creepy. Look at that. I mean, Jesus. Okay, now it's gonna hurt me, or will try to hurt me. This is what we want. Okay, now? Not really. It kinda hurt me, but not really. Like... I don't really see a difference right now. I'm gonna try to do this like in the school to see if the other enemies actually do more damage to you if you are aiming at them. So let's try to do that. Okay, so right now I'm in front of the school. I'm gonna try to disprove or prove what the interview said with another enemy. This time I'm gonna try to do it with the dogs. I try to keep the aiming position as long as possible. Actually, I'm gonna try to do it with a melee weapon. Okay, let's see. The dog isn't supposed to see me because we are walking, we are not running, so let's see. Let's wait for a while. Okay, maybe that's enough. It's a long time. Okay. So I'm gonna try to get close to them, just to show you how close you can be. I have found that the dogs are the ones that are the most aggressive enemies in the game. However, they don't actually hurt that much. I found out that the enemies that actually hurt the most in the game, without counting bosses obviously, are the sewer creatures or the sewer demons. I'm actually very close to them right now, as you can see. So I'm not gonna press any button, I'm just gonna try to... Okay, so not really a big difference. So maybe it's not... Maybe this is like normal difficulty and it doesn't apply in normal difficulty. Maybe it just applies like in hard difficulty. But I don't know. I don't know if this was like removed from the game or this is like with specific weapons. I'm gonna try this but with the gun. Okay, I'm gonna keep the gun. I'm gonna do the same test. So let me restart this again. Okay, so now I'm at the school. I'm gonna heal myself to full just to prove that I'm like at 100% health. And I'm gonna use the gun to aim at an enemy. I'm pretty sure there's like moaners here. Maybe not. Ah yes, look, there's one. Okay, so I'm aiming just to see if it only applies to guns. I'm just trying to aim at him, trying to get away from him. Because if I turn the flashlight on right now, he's just gonna aggro me and he's just gonna... Maybe he like repeats the... Like I'm not actually resets like the multiplier damage for me. Because I'm just not aiming at him when he attacks me, so... Okay, now that's a hit. Nope. So I don't know. I actually don't know if in the interview they removed that part from the game. I'm gonna link the interview. This is from Silent Hill Memories in the video description. But it doesn't seem to make any difference at all. If you are like in attack position rather than in like 2 minutes in attack position instead of like I don't know, a few seconds. However, what I don't know is like if the enemies hurt you more if you're in attack position than if you are not attacking, like running away or something. Maybe it's the same damage, so it doesn't seem to be like very significant. But I just wanted to prove this out.
So that was a fucking lie.
However, what I want to show you, let me show you right now. Wait a second, I can do it like right now. Let me just get out of here. Again, remember, this is the school, so let's wait for a minute. And my tip that actually works, instead of like what the actual developer says in an interview, what actually works, if you want this game to be actually easy, always enter a room with the light off and look at how easy it is to manage the monsters. Here there are two monsters, like this one and the other one that attacked me. I don't know where the other one is. Let's see. Let's try searching for him. That's him. So as you can see, I'm just walking and they are not attacking me. If you get too close to them, they will aggro you. If you make a noise, if you run, they will notice you. But if you just walk, if you actually are like a pacifist or something, or are too scared to attack enemies, just run away. And that will be like a lot easier. Or if you don't have like a health item, or you don't have like that was actually very close, or you don't have like bullets, and you don't want to use a melee weapon because you think that the tank control is too hard, whatever you want, just run away. That's it. That's easy, but do it with the flashlight off. And I believe, this is like obviously my opinion, I believe this actually has to do with the themes of the game. Another thing that you just saw is that if you stay for too long nearby the enemies, they will notice you. Even if you don't run, even if you just walk, if you stay for too long, they somehow smell you, or I don't know, they know of your presence. But if you like don't take too much time and just walk and not run, then it's really easy to manage the enemies. Now I'm gonna show you what every one of us do whenever we play this game. We enter to a room with light on and listen to them. Look at the enemies. They are aggro me instantly, and the camera position is actually locked with them. So this makes the game a lot harder. But if you accidentally aggro them, you can just turn off the light and they will, sometimes they won't aggro you anymore. Now I'm trying to escape from them by walking, not by running, because if I run they will hear me. Let's see if this works. Okay, so one of them, it's like, okay, as you can see, they are not aggroing me anymore. You see? Look, that one just realized I'm nearby because I just walked too close to him. But and in front of him, I believe that's also very important. If you pass in front of them, it will aggro them. But look, I'm just walking by and nothing happens. This is especially important when you are like in a classroom or in a hospital room where it's like a very, very close, tight space, and you don't want to aggro the enemies. You want to kill them one by one, and you want to I don't know, get more stars, or because I believe the higher score you get is because you kill enemies with melee weapons instead of, if you want to get a 10-star rating or rank or whatever while you finish the game, this is a great strategy to do that, easier than if you just turn the light on. You see? And they make a sound whenever they find you. Let me show you. I'm just gonna diagram them. Then turn on the light. You see? So the developers of the game actually were aware of this. Like they really thought that the way to play this game is with the light off. One of the things that the interview says is that they made a lot of effort into the lighting in this game. So this is what I'm gonna say right now is like just my opinion, but I believe this is not only relevant to the gameplay, but this actually is thematically important in the game, because I believe the idea of confronting the darkness within you is a theme that is very present in Silent Hill 1. The idea of getting over your fears and facing up to the darkness. Actually, you have to literally do that in order to progress through the game, or in order to make your journey easier. You have to embody the darkness, so to speak.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
So this is one thing that I wanted to throw away and to prove to this interview that I just saw of Mr. Keiichiro Toyama. Remember, I'm gonna link the interview in the description of this video. So if you want me to try another thing, just let me know in the comments. And anyway, take care. Cheers.